Okay, this is a syllabus in Canvas tour for Chemistry 255, Organic Chemistry 1. So as you can see, I'm in my Canvas dashboard here, and what you want to do is navigate to your course. So we'll go to 255. So the front page here has recent announcements. You'll only see 3 of them. If you want to see all of the announcements, you have to go to the sidebar here for announcements. But if we scroll down, we see the contact information, course location information here. So the course is Monday, Wednesday, 11 to 12:15 in Walker Science 120. My office hours are Monday, Wednesday, 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. My name is Matt Donahue, and my office is in the Hattiesburg campus, the Tech Building, room 429. So if you show up for office hours, we're going to work at the chalkboard right outside my office. If you need to contact me through email, use the Canvas email function first, and then the matthewdonahue@usm.edu email if needed. So I have an office phone that's listed. I would generally prefer that you just email me. It's quicker. I also have a YouTube channel, so you can see prior screencasts and tutorial problem-solving sessions posted on there. So why don't we take a walk through the Canvas shell first, and then we'll come back here and look at the syllabus. So if you want to access the course textbook itself, just hit the Wiley course resources here. When you do that, a second window will launch, and then you'll have access to the entire textbook. But if we go to modules, is the most important tab over here you want to go to. So let's just scroll through this, and then we'll circle back to the syllabus. So scrolling down, you see this first module here, free resources for organic chemistry. A lot of these are just websites that offer different problem sets, really. These first 2 here, the Roush Organic Web Text and the Jasper Organic Materials, those have more like textbook materials. But the rest of them are problems, and the biggest thing you want to do in this course to learn the material is do problems. The first page here is things that I've created, so you can go in there and see my notes. But otherwise, you scroll down. Here's the Module 0 syllabus. There's the actual syllabus again as the PDF. Every module is going to have a quiz. As soon as the quiz opens, it's open for a week and then closes usually at the start of the lecture time, so in this case 11 a.m. So let's go to Module 1 here. And so the title of this is Bonding Functional Groups and Physical Properties. So if you click on Module 1, Synopsis and Chapter Learning Outcomes, this is just ripped from the syllabus. There's a synopsis of what we're going to do in this module. There's the required reading in the e-textbook, and these are the chapter learning outcomes. And again, these have action verbs associated with the Bloom's taxonomy. And so this is your study guide right here. This is what you need to be able to do for each chapter to demonstrate your knowledge and understanding on the exams. So I'm going to click back to modules just because it's easier to navigate. We'll go back down to Module 1. And so the next page here is the PowerPoint slide decks and YouTube screencasts. So this is where you're going to get your material that we use in the lectures. So here's Lecture 1, here's Lecture 2. So you can download those. So let me click on here. You should still be able to see this because it's launched within the same window that's being captured. So again, what we're going to do each lecture is we'll go through these LEAP, Learn, Explain, Apply, Predict problems where you answer through your iClicker. And these are meant to keep you engaged, make sure that you're paying attention and you're focused, and so that you understand how I am thinking about organic chemistry. And again, There are many learning styles, and part of my job is to help you think like an organic chemist to be successful in this class. So there's, a string of LEAP questions that gets us warmed up to learn the material. As we scroll down, you'll see the title will change. So this has a regular title. That means I'm going to primarily talk through it. And really, if you've opened this on your computer or your tablet, this is where you can take notes about what I'm lecturing on. And so, a lot of the LEAP questions are related back to these slides. So here again, there's a LEAP question that's tied right into it. So you'll notice that each lecture is going to be about 35 slides. That's what we need to cover in each of the 75-minute lectures to get through the 12 chapters required for this course. We scroll all the way to the bottom. You won't see it here, but there'll be a lecture quiz at the end of each lecture, and those are worth 6 points. And those are of your required points for the course. So you can scroll down back in the module page. There are some prior exams that you can study from. You can download those, print them off, answer the questions, and I encourage you to post your responses in the discussion. So let's click over there. Then you can go to Module 1 exam. So someone already posted a question, there's a response, but you're free to come into the Module 1 exam discussion board, post your responses to the questions, and sort of initiate a discussion amongst your peers whether they agree or disagree with you. I will not be posting a key to any of the exams. That is your job to figure things out. That is what the learning process is. So back here, as you can see, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, again, you can click on these. It'll launch this page, which is directly linked to the Wiley site. So when you click on these, you won't see it, but it's going to launch a separate window that links into the e-text. That's just the way this runs. It does not launch the e-text within Canvas. It's a separate page. So that's how you can also access the chapters. So back to modules. So Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, Module 4, Module 5. So you won't see all of these necessarily right now because they haven't been published yet. But you will as we go through them. I tend not to release them until we get to them, just to sort of minimize any anxiety or stress you might feel about seeing so much work ahead of you. So at the bottom here are the exam statistics. So you click on there, I'll post what your cohort has scored on the exams, the averages, standard deviations. Below here is the Excel file where you can track your progress. I talked about this in lecture. You download this, and basically you just start putting in your scores in the yellow boxes, and what it's going to do based on the points for that module, it's going to calculate your letter grade trajectory. All you got to do is put your points in there, it calculates it for you. I'm not going to do that for you because the Excel file will. So let's circle back to the syllabus. We'll click on it here. It's opened up within Canvas. Try to zoom in here so we get the full effect. So the syllabus, as you can see, is 13 pages. I've talked about this initial information. Again, we talked about learning, student learning outcomes the first day of class. Again, that's what you're going to be tested on. Broadly speaking, each of the chapter learning outcomes is related to the student learning outcomes for the course. Course learning materials, the e-textbook you access through Canvas. The iClicker, you set that up using the instructions posted in Canvas. So here is sort of a breakdown of the delivery. There's 5 total modules. The chapters are listed for each, the total class periods for each, Each of those has a quiz. The lecture attendance is basically the number of lectures times 6. That's sort of the 156 points required for attendance. The number of exams, so you have 3 exams, 2 of them during the semester, so after Module 1 and 2, and then after Module 3 and 4, and then you have your final exam. And then some suggested hours for studying outside of the lecture. Again, for every hour of in-class lecture, you should be spending 2 to 3 hours outside reviewing and studying the material. So what are the learning activities in this course? So those are highlighted in blue, and then I've commented on some good study practices for those learning activities. Textbook readings, that's probably going to take up the most of your time in this course. You need to read the textbook. There's no getting around it. Lectures and quizzes, again, you show up twice per week, Monday, Wednesday, for the lectures. At the end of each, there's a 6-question quiz administered through iClicker. You do the pre-Canvas or the Canvas pre-module quizzes. Those sort of set the stage for what is expected in that module. And then the exams, again, there's 2 semester exams and a final exam. I'll talk a little bit more about the point distribution as we scroll through. And the good study practices are just my advice to you to be successful in this course, and you can read them in purple there. So there are 5 modules. There's a synopsis, the chapter reading, the module learning outcomes. The letter or the words highlighted in green are associated with the action verbs that are linked to the Bloom's taxonomy. And then down here you see these numbers, the days and dates. So those are the broad topics we're going to cover during those lectures, and the number of lectures per module. So Module 1 is 2 chapters. We have 4 lectures on it. As you can see, there is a lot of information in this class. You have to keep up with it. You have to show up to class. You have to do the reading. You have to do the problems. It moves pretty fast, and you don't want to be left behind. Module 2, we're going to start to talk about how do we know that a structure is formed, and we're going to use spectroscopy to do that. So we're jumping ahead to chapters 14 and 15. There are the learning outcomes, and for this one we have now 8 lectures for this. So there's a lot of different types of spectroscopy. So we are going to spend some time learning each of those and what information it tells us about the molecules we're studying. And then you'll have your first semester exam on Monday, March 6th regarding modules 1 and 2. Module 3 is physical organic chemistry. So we're going to look at what are the reactive properties of a molecule, how can we look at the bonding structure to rationally predict what a molecule will do in a reaction. So this is 3 chapters. Chapter 3, acids and bases. Chapter 4, alkanes and cycloalkanes. Chapter 5, stereoisomerism. So it looks like we have 5 lectures for this. Then Module 4 is radical and ionic reaction mechanisms. This is going to start really our journey on what a molecule can do in terms of being transformed into another molecule through a reaction. Again, 3 chapters. Chapter 6, chemical reactivity and mechanisms. Chapter 10, radical reactions, and Chapter 7, alkyl halides. So it looks like we have 5 lectures for this, and then your second semester exam on Wednesday, April 19th. And then we round out this semester with Module 5, really focusing on 2 functional groups, alkenes and alkynes. And that's going to set the stage for Organic 2, where in Organic 2 we're really just studying the individual functional groups. So this module has 2 chapters, addition reactions of alkenes, and then Chapter 9, alkynes. So we're going to have 4 lectures for that, and then your final exam will be cumulative across all of these chapters. So again, here is the assessment. So here's the letter grade that you'll see on your transcripts. This is a description of the effort involved. The percentage scale of the points, this will never change. The total number of points may change, but it probably won't. Basically, the minimum points to earn an A are 770.4. And you get that number from taking the total number of points, which is shown here as 856, times 0.9 gets you that number. So between there is the range of points you need to earn that grade. The actual assessments are listed here. The exams are worth 160 points. They're worth about 19% of your total grade. The dates are Monday, March 6th during class, so it's 75-minute time limit. Second exam is Wednesday, April 19th. Then your final exam is Wednesday, May 10th. So that one starts at 10:45 a.m. and lasts to 12:35 p.m. And that exam is written by the American Chemical Society. It's a cumulative exam, so you need to study all of the chapters from Organic 1. You have Canvas quizzes. Again, those are administered through Canvas. Those are worth 100 points. They pertain to the module content of this listed in the syllabus. Then you have your daily attendance points for 156 points. And again, that's about equal to an exam. So the total number of points is 856. So really what you're doing is earning points to move your way up in these bins to get your letter grade. So there are no makeup exams. We are on a tight schedule with the Monday, Wednesday lecture. So please make every attempt to attend the exams. So the exams are essentially 40 questions. They're worth 4 points apiece. I'm going to give you 2 points as a starting, so you're starting at 160 points rather than 0. They will be administered with a zip grade form. I've sent you the code, your unique code, how you access zip grade. Essentially, your exam will be graded, and you can see a picture of that answer sheet once it's posted. So scrolling through, this is the rest of the syllabus. There's the USM academic policies. You can read through those. But my advice really is stay on top of it. Put some discipline into the course. Try to touch the material every day. Do not wait until the exams to study for this, because that is not an advisable strategy. And really, practically speaking, try to do about 5 problems per day. That will keep you fluent in the language that we're learning, and it'll help you develop the chemical intuition that you need to understand what is being asked of you. Again, please use the discussion boards. You can email me through the Canvas or my regular email to get in contact with me, but I look forward to teaching you this semester, and hope that everyone has a successful spring 2023.